Hey guys, my name's Radio Mike. This is the Inside of My Mind, and this is a special bonus podcast kind of thing that I'm doing on my personal podcast feed, 20th Century Boy. But this isn't a official episode of 20th Century Boy. Instead, this is a special content kind of thing with my friend Jack Post, who's here with me. Jack, how are you?
Hi, Mike. I'm also in the band. Jack Post from Release the Sounds.
So this is a special bonus bit of content we're doing all about our band Release the Sounds, the process behind writing the album, the stories behind all of the songs. And first of all, we just want to say thank you to everyone who's listened to the song so far.
Yep, whether you've streamed them, but a special thanks to the people who bought the CD, went online, spent their own hard-earned money, and got the CD in the mail and then put it in their favourite CD player.
And just so you guys know and remember, there is a special discount for listeners of this podcast. If you use the code Radio Mike at the checkout, Radio Mike all in one word, you get 10% off any purchase in the Release the Sound store at releasethesounds.com. So buy a CD, stream it on Spotify, share the music videos with your friends, let us know how you're finding it, post about it, share it around, get the word out about it, because we'd really appreciate that, and we have appreciated it so far.
All right, let's get the show started. Without any further ado, chuck it.
So I guess the main reason we
Are we
wanted...
going to sit back? Sorry.
I mean, I'll sit back, yeah.
We look so formal at the top.
Yeah, so there is a video version of this being filmed, and that'll go up on the Release the Sounds YouTube channel. Jack's looking very casual at the moment with his feet up.
Now, it looks worse for the video, but I feel way more... Before, when I was sitting up, I felt like I was presenting some kind of crappy music show about...
Yeah.
I just didn't feel genuine.
Hey guys, we're Release the Sounds, and this is Rage, our top 5.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, how good would it be to do guest programming Rage as Release the Sounds?
That'd be awesome.
My biggest goal in life is to guest program Rage.
Well, that's not aiming high.
No, it is. And you know what? Hamish and Andy years ago got offered it. This is it before even they did the band Cool Boys and the Frontman.
Yeah.
But just as, like, I guess comedians, they got offered to do Rage guest programming, and they said no.
How come?
I don't know. They just thought they weren't musicians, so they didn't. They didn't feel valid doing it.
So you get to do Rage, you get 5 music videos that you get to choose as a guest selector or whatever.
Right,
what would you, like, what's your favourite ever music video, actually? I guess, like, we will get onto the band, but this is a good icebreaker.
You know, I often listen to my favourite albums and think, I wish I got the chance to go and guest program Rage so I could play some of these songs. But now that I'm on the spot, I don't know. My favourite...
Rage is like a music video kind of show on TV, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
you
just,
know it.
No, I'm just for anyone who doesn't know, because it's not really like a massive deal anymore.
No, but it's still prominent in Australia, and everybody in Australia would know Rage. And then they would play video clips, but on a Saturday night at midnight, they would have a guest programmer on. So somebody from a band would be able to pick their own playlist, and from midnight to like 4 a.m., those songs would play.
Yeah.
Do you ever notice, though, Rage is prominent in this way? When you Google somebody's video clip, unless the band has officially put up a video clip, a lot of the time I find you get someone's ripped it off Rage. And
really?
It's got the little Rage logo in the
I haven't
corner.
noticed that.
Look out for it. Who would I play on Rage? Well, my top 3 bands are Green Day, NoFX, and Against Me. And
what about Blink-182?
Yeah, they're in my top 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know they didn't make the top 3.
Yeah, sorry. But I would play one of their songs.
Yeah. But in terms of music videos more so, like, is there any music video that stands out to you as being particularly interesting or funny?
Funny?
Well, I don't know. Like, I feel like if you're playing a music video, you're making one, you want it to stand out. You want people to be like, oh, it's like you have to watch this.
See, I would guest program on the merit of the music, not so much caring about the video clip. But that's an interesting way to look at it. What would you play?
There's a music video by the band Sum 41 called with the song In Too Deep.
Yeah.
Where they're all at like a school diving competition, and it's really funny.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I love the music video for All the Small Things by Blink. And the video for Longview by Green Day is really good. So there's 3 songs there.
Yeah, I love my favorite Green Day video is the one for Nice Guys Finished Last. Have you seen that?
Nah.
They are like they're an American football team, and they're like plotting out on a whiteboard all the plays they're going to do, but it's a show, and then someone like jumps out from the crowd and tackles the lead singer. And
what the one for Warning is really good as well, because they do like they break all the rules. Like he's like running with scissors around a pool.
Are we allowed to
and
cut stuff in or not? It's not that type of podcast. No, I don't want to put the extra work in for you. But
okay.
Cut if you wanted to cut some of that footage in here
Of Warning or of
and
Nice
me
Guys?
talking about Nice Guys.
I might put it in like a little picture-in-picture kind of thing.
Yep.
So our video will go down to the corner and you'll get Anyway, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But enough about other bands. What about our band?
So Release the Sounds is our band. We've just put out our debut album, Release the Sounds. It's self-titled. So I don't know, like, how do you want to do this? Because I just think, like, do you want to talk about? We've spoken a lot about the history of the band in other podcasts we've guested on, but I think it's important to like you've been in bands before. You've done your high school bands and stuff.
Yeah, but this is the first time I've ever recorded music and actually had songs that I've written appear on an album.
Yeah. So
should we go track by track through the CD? Do you have a CD in here or are they inside?
They're inside.
I'll get it.
All right, Jack's just going to go inside and get one of the CDs because we're going to go track by track. So what should I say in the meantime while he's in there? So the artwork, which is right there, I'm pointing at it in the picture, but the artwork was done by an artist called Kit Bennett, who's a Melbourne... Is he Melbourne-based? Yeah. He's a Melbourne-based street artist, and Jack just reached out to him because he enjoyed his artwork and said, do you want to do this artwork for us? And there were 3 ideas that Jack like drafted, one of which was the car thing that you see on the album cover now, which is what we decided on. Yeah, but you helped come up
with these as well.
But the one that I really liked was us in space, just floating around.
Oh yeah,
I really liked that one.
And my favorite personally was, but Kit said it would be harder to make it read really well in just an images. I wanted there to be a dog grabbing the bottom of your ankle and like ripping you away, and then I'm trying to rip you away from the dog. But for some reason he said that it wouldn't read as well as just the car.
Yeah. But I think
this is meant to be us like looking up at the stars, I guess, but we're looking up at the album name.
Yeah. And a lot of people have said the car on the album cover looks like the Homer Simpson's purple sedan from The Simpsons, which it does definitely resemble a lot. And we're both Simpsons fans, so we appreciate that.
That was accidental.
Yeah, unintentional.
You said Kit gave us a whole lot of different coloured versions of the album.
Original cover was pink. The background was pink. Right. It's now light blue, but the original cover Kit gave us was pink.
And then it went to orange for a bit.
Oh, was the original orange, and then he gave us pink as well, something like that.
Yeah.
And then he gave us a blue one,
which we liked, but then he changed the colour of the car, and Mike said, "Hey, that looks like Homer's car."
The car was originally green. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's really interesting. So we basically started writing. We had like this preliminary meeting maybe in like July or August of 2018, and Jack was just like, we need to just come up with loose concepts for songs. And I think
was it that early July?
I think so. And we just did
because one time I first asked Mike if he wanted to be in a band with me, and he said no.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
When was that?
You said you were going through some things and you needed to sort your life out.
Yeah, I just deferred it. I didn't say no, but we were writing down like ideas for songs, and like I don't think any of those initial ideas ended up eventuating.
I do now.
Because my first idea for a song for this band was this idea of a song about where like people are relying
robots.
People are relying too much on technology.
Now I remember what you're talking about.
And the song was supposed to be like the first few verses is like this guy talking about how good it is that technology has come so far and everything's automated, and then in the last verse it was going to be about how technology has taken over humanity, and it turns out technology is actually a really bad thing.
No, I see. I think that could be a cool idea for a song.
And then there was another idea where about sitting on the roof of the house when you get in trouble, so you climb on the roof. So when I was a kid, if I ever got in trouble at home, I used to climb onto the roof of the house, and my mum and dad would get really angry about it.
And didn't you fall through all that? You know that bit out the front that you used to climb on the roof?
Yeah.
Didn't you wreck it or?
Yeah, I broke like a pillar that was in because I was climbing onto the roof, and eventually, like I used to do it when I was a kid, so it would have been like 50 kilos, so it wasn't like that much. But then when I was an adult,
You got in trouble
I
last year.
decided to climb on the roof. I was like, oh, I wonder if I can still do it. And I ended up, because I'm a lot bigger and heavier than I was when I was like 13, I just broke through the part of the roof. Not good, but
See,
anyway.
that would make a good song. It's funny to think of like us sitting in that cafe that first day, and it was actually like, imagine a blank legal pad and a pen and going, all right, song ideas.
Yeah.
What could be a song?
I wonder if you
Sitting at a
still have
cafe?
that notepad around.
Oh, yeah. I hardly remember writing that stuff down, so I bet I
Yeah,
don't
it was
have
so
it
long
anymore.
ago. Like,
And I definitely didn't get home and like transcribe it to my computer and save it away in a Word document anywhere.
it's really weird looking back because none of those ideas came to fruition, I don't think. But can you talk a bit about your comedy festival show you did a while ago where it was a music-based show?
Yeah, sure. I did. I always loved the idea of doing a comedy show, but I didn't want to do a stand-up show. And I know the idea with being a stand-up is you got to fail a lot before you get good. So you got to go on stage a lot and not be funny or bomb, and then you slowly work out what's funny and get better and better.
Yeah.
I did not want to do that grueling process, but I did want to have my own comedy show. So instead, I wrote out a whole show, whereas it had 10 songs, but even everything between the songs had either videos on screen or it had like some sort of sketch with me talking to my inner voice, and there was audio that was playing out of the speakers. So there was no stand-up, there was no riffing with the crowd or, how you guys doing.
It was almost
tonight?
like a theater experience in a way.
It was like a one-man show, I
Yeah.
guess. So that I could bulletproof it and only show it to Ryan Shelton actually helped me a lot.
Oh,
to make
really?
it. Yeah, so I guess he directed it in a way because I would
Oh,
show it to
shit.
him and then he would go, okay, that bit needs work or you need to do that stuff again. But yeah, it had 10 original songs in it, one of which is on this album, which is Ghost in My Room. And that's the only song that I wrote beforehand and brought to Mike and said we could do stuff like this on the album.
But I guess it was like the form that Ghost in My Room is in now would be like completely different to what it was.
That's right. Yeah. It was all the songs I did in the comedy show were acoustic.
Yeah.
And I really loved it. It was honestly, if I do say so myself, it was a very, very funny show. It was very good. But I did not love... I loved making it and I loved working on it and tinkering away at it, and I was very proud of it when it was made and the first time I performed it. And then the return of satisfaction I got every night after I did the first one was less and less and less until the point where I started to, in my 12-night run at the Melbourne Comedy Festival, started to hate the going out again. And I remember saying to my wife over dinner, like, I can't believe I got to do this again. I already did this last night. Literally,
Why do all these people
10
want to come to this show?
10 shows ever. Why people, comedians tour the country and do 200 nights a year, and I'm into my 10th show. Oh, well, like, I just did this stuff last night. I'm a clown. I just have to get up there and perform for people. So I think in my blood, I don't love performing as a comic, but I was very happy to make that show. And you know what? I got a lot of the similar satisfaction out of making this album because what I really enjoyed about this was writing songs with you and like crafting them and recording them with Yuri. And what I love is the whole process rather than now that we have it, you touring around or like...
See, I think, and those parts require like almost like other skill sets that we like, I guess we'd have, but like we're not... Like, I feel like our skill sets are more like the creativity part of it. And then like, even like arranging places we could perform hypothetically or arranging like that stuff is just like, it's not the stuff you want to do. It's the stuff that ideally you'd give someone a job to do for you. But it's like, because this band is so independent and it's just us two, like we're basically just doing it all ourselves.
Everything.
That being said though, I really enjoyed, and we'll probably talk more about this later, but I actually really enjoyed producing the music videos, which was a lot of admin stuff. But
and you were good at that because when we made the album, like my first pitch to you was like, do we just record us like essentially sitting on a bench playing along to the songs, and that can be the video clips, which
Yeah.
I'm so glad we didn't, because what came of it was really cool and it was really fun to make.
And
But again, there's a lot more admin in making a video than there was in making the album, which is a lot of creative choices in a video. It's a lot of like, you got to call the prop shop that has the coffin, and then someone's got to drive out to Spotswood and pick up the coffin.
Yeah.
And it's us
Where are we
doing
keeping it?
or doing all that stuff. And I think with touring live, it's a lot of the same stuff. Like, I would love to perform live every night, but like bringing the venues, like talking to them, liaising with them, figuring out how we sell tickets, or do we do it for free? Like,
I used to work with a guy who was the drummer in a band that, and I won't say the band, but they've now become like a reasonably moderately popular
Coldplay.
Triple J like ish band, and he used to drum and write songs for them, and then he ended up leaving, and he just said, it just became so hard because we weren't making any money off it, really. Like, we were just breaking even, and just like, you don't have people to set up the equipment. You're doing it all yourself. You're coming in, setting up your drums, setting up your guitars, all your amps and stuff. You're doing that yourself, and it's like, it ends up being such a massive day for not much reward. And like,
you got to be careful, I think, where you put your energy into creative pursuits, because you can get overwhelmed by all that admin stuff you have to do. And the thing that the creative passion that's driving you is to make something cool that people resonate with. And then that has to just naturally get pushed to the side, because all the admin steps that you have to take to get to that point wear you out and tire you down, and then at the end, you just deliver something subpar.
Yeah, and for a while we were like putting a lot of the video stuff off because we were just like, we just like don't want to do it.
That's probably why the album came out in September and not May, June,
Yeah,
July.
the goal was July, but let's go into we'll do a track by track soon.
Yep.
And we'll go into the specifics of the two music videos there.
Yep.
But also, I just want to say with Cat Dog, which is sort of another thing that springboarded the band.
Yep.
I did an Instagram post ages ago where I did the joke, which was, hey, my two friends are identical twins and they don't get along, and I wrote a song about them, and then I play the Cat Dog song, which is a cartoon from the 90s where there's a cat and a dog and they're conjoined. And obviously, a cat and a dog have completely different lives, and that was the joke, right? Yep. But I like, sort of similar to how you, like, for example, how you did Ghost in My Room in your show. I remember, like, I was doing that bit, I suppose, like, to family and friends. Like, I'd invite, like, if family were over, I'd be like, hey, can I show you this joke I wrote?
That.
And I'd like one of my cousins, Dave, I'd always like make him like my testing ground for this stuff. So I just sat him down in this room and I was like, hey, can you just tell me if this is funny? And I did that exact thing, and then I started playing Cat Dog, and he was like, that's really funny. So then I eventually just posted it on Instagram, and then you did your own version of it, and then we did our cover version of Cat Dog, which was awesome. We just spontaneously did that.
And which appears as a bonus track on the CD and at the end of the Spotify.
And on Spotify, yeah. And people really liked it. Like, so many people responded to that on like Instagram.
I guess it's nostalgic for people our age.
Yeah, totally.
Maybe it's not how we sung it, or maybe it's a bit of both.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe never.
Let us know in the
comments. Comment
below.
section. But yeah, I think then we sort of just started writing a few songs, and there were a few roadblocks. Like, I think we slowly were just writing stuff that came to our head that we found funny. And I think, so obviously Ghost in My Room was there, and I think from there, Attached to String, which was the lead single, I think came pretty early.
Yeah, but Instagram song came before that.
Did it?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Really? Okay. Yeah, because
remember, so Yuri is the guy who helped us produce the CD.
Right, yeah.
We were planning to go to Yuri's studio, and the two songs we were going to start with were Instagram Song and the Doctor Song, which is a song that didn't even make it on the album in the end.
No.
And then Attached to String came between us,
right.
like choosing, all right, we're going to do these two songs. And then we wrote Attached to String in the middle of that and going to Yuri's.
The first song that Jack showed me was the Doctor Song, which we've got the guitars. Do you want to lay down just like sort of like, I don't know.
We don't have to sing the whole thing, but
this could be end up on the second album, so we don't know. But like, so Jack came to me, and this was the first kind of song that was like supposed to demonstrate the vibe. Should I hold the microphone up to your mouth or to the guitar?
I think to my mouth because the guitar, you'll just hear it.
Okay.
I called the doctor and he told me don't bother. Nothing can heal this pain. Oh wait, how does it go? Oh yeah. Sorry. I'll start again.
It's funny because I remember all the lyrics to this song, even though we never we practiced it maybe 3 times.
Yeah. I called the doctor and he told me don't bother. Nothing can heal this pain. He said, I don't understand. You're the one who called me. What is the reason you rang? I said, just in case you were thinking of calling to see how I've been getting on, 'cause I ain't been the same since my baby left me. I ain't been the same since my baby been gone.
Yeah, so it was that kind of vibe, and it was good, but I think other songs just slowly took over it, and we just kind of forgot about it in a way.
Yeah, I think it was like not really that funny. It was just like
I found the line about, I called the doctor and told him don't bother, nothing can heal this pain, and then the doctor says, sorry, I don't understand, you called me. Yeah. So that's really funny.
But it's kind of catchy. I like this.
Yeah, it's catchy. And
Mike didn't like it. I think Mike slowly killed it, and I couldn't remember why.
I think that was the first song, and then the Instagram song came, and the first song we actually recorded was the Instagram song.
Yes.
And I think when we do the track by track, we'll talk about how we wrote it, recording it, little bits and pieces and like Easter eggs in the songs, etc. But like that was the first song we recorded. Then we recorded Attached to String, I'm pretty sure. But I think both of those songs were recorded in like November, December last year.
Yep.
And then we ended up re-recording pretty much most of Attached to String, at least the lyrics.
Yes, yeah.
Not that the lyrics changed, but
because we had it as like an acoustic song, and it was slower.
Should we dive into should we do a bit more of like the band because I feel like we'll talk about that in the song track by track.
We're only a year old, so there's not much more we can say about the band history.
And then we basically ended up going to Yuri and we played him demos of Puppet Song, Attached to String, which was then known as Puppet Song.
Yeah.
Instagram Song, which is still known as Instagram Song, and Doctor Song, which never actually made the cut. And then Yuri was like, let's start working today. Yeah. And we just like basically started working today, that day, as Yuri said. But we should talk a bit about the actual, I guess. All right, let's just go into the track by track. All right.
Are we going to play the songs off of Instagram or something? Or off Spotify. I meant are we going to hear them
underneath?
Yeah.
I might.
No, okay, we can do. I thought it was going to be like a audio commentary almost, but no, that's all right.
No, I reckon we'll just talk. We'll have bits underneath that can cut in and out.
All right.
So the first track on the album is Writing a Song, which was probably one of the last few that was conceptualized.
Yep.
It was a very late edition, and I actually, I might. What?
I think I remember what you said. You were like,
No. So can you pass a guitar pick?
Okay.
Pass a guitar pick. So me and Jack were in this room where a lot of the writing either happened at this room or Jack's place. And
hold this?
Yeah, hold the mic. And I think we were just in a bit of a rut. We had recorded Attached to String. We had recorded Instagram. Maybe we had written a few more, but we were just like, what's going on?
Yeah, we need more songs if we're gonna make an album.
And then this is literally what happened. Well, you say what you reckon.
Yeah, I know. I think that's what the conversation I remember is like.
We need to write songs.
We're not writing enough songs. We need to write songs.
And then I just went, all right, writing a song. And then I just went, did a power E chord, and I'm just like. The guitar's hideously out of tune, but... And then I just went... Writing a song. It's so easy to write a song. And then
And I said,
Jack was just like-
instantly, I loved that.
yeah, Jack was just like, oh, that was kind of good.
Honestly, Writing a Song is one of my favourite songs on the album, even though it's not the one we get most feedback about.
I don't think anyone's given us feedback on it. Like,
no, my mum's the only one who said it was her favourite song.
yeah, but I really like it. In fact, there was a period of time in which I think it was the day we actually got in studio and recorded Writing a Song.
That's right.
Both of us were like, I want that to be the first single. It
Yeah.
completely encapsulates the band.
And it had an equal amount of you and me singing on it. And
Yeah.
we thought we conceptualized a cool video clip for it, and we were going to lead with it as a song.
We then realized the music video we had planned was totally out of the budget because it involved heavy lighting,
that's
manipulation, and just
and like a theater like the Palais Theater. or
dry
something like
ice and stuff. But like that song just, it literally just came out of us saying
Yeah.
we need to write more songs.
And then did we write the whole thing in that one session with the song's in two parts where it's writing a song, then writing a wrong.
No, I think that day you started playing it, writing a song, and I think
Because you came out with writing a wrong as well.
because we realized, okay, like, all right, it's catchy, but there's nothing
you can't have
to
a whole
this song.
song about just writing a song.
And then I think Jack said that, and then I just looked at him and was like, writing a wrong, right? Which is, I just think it's funny because
It is funny.
like writing a wrong as opposed to like writing a song, and then like
That's good.
I
That's
can't
clever.
explain why I found it funny, but it's almost like wordplay.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna check if the laptop's still rolling on the audio because the screen's dimmed to black, and we don't want to. Hey guys, hey on the video. It looks like we're still rolling.
You can get an app called Caffeine
Oh yeah.
for Mac, and then you click. It's a little coffee cup that sits up the top, and anytime you want it not to go to black, you just click on the
really?
caffeine. Yeah, it's handy for stuff.
Yeah,
like
but
this.
I don't want my Mac getting caffeine addiction. And then, so writing a song, and then it was writing a wrong, and then it was just repetition, and then there's these bits in there where either me and Jack are like, it's like, yeah, like those kind of vocals, which I really like. I think they're really cool.
Yeah. And remember when we were recording them, so we laid them down with Yuri, and he was like trying to like almost hide them in the back of the mix, and we were saying no, louder.
Those yeahs had to be as loud. Yeah.
Yuri had them like this.
Yeah. And there's a lot of that we learned, like where things actually sit in the mix of the song.
Yeah.
As well, which is like,
I guess we would just record them literally into the iPhone.
Yeah.
And take them to Yuri and say.
And Yuri's like a legit producer, like with a proper studio setup, who he really thinks about where the things in the song actually sit and how they sound. But at the same time, he gave us really good creative control over it. Like he was always willing to let our ideas in. And then after we had writing a song and writing a wrong, I think it was maybe a week later, we were at your house, Jack, or at the radio station. And we were just like, what happens in this song from here? And then it sort of goes into that breakdown about like not being able
hard to write a wrong, and it's not as easy as writing a song.
Yeah, writing a wrong isn't it? What is it? Writing a wrong's not as easy as writing a song, and it goes into this slow breakdown. Do you want to talk about the guitars in that?
Yeah, you mean the transition of the guitars? Yeah. So the second part. The first part I really wanted it to explode. Actually, this is how I first imagined it. We recorded on an iPhone with Mike just playing that guitar he was playing now. And I wanted to start the whole album with the actual crappy iPhone recording.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So people started listening to the album and then they think like, oh, this is kind of crappily recorded.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go writing a song, and then
in iPhone
quality, then explode into studio quality.
Yeah.
With the drums and the bass and everything else. And then I can't really remember how we built the second part of the song with all the violins and strings and the keyboards. I can't remember how we built that.
I did that. The synths are me on that song.
Oh, you
the strings on that song are me playing the keyboard.
Oh, I thought that was Yuri.
No, that was
Yuri.
me.
Ah, right.
It goes like the violin melody is like da, 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 yeah, so I played that on the keyboard because anything that's not a guitar or a drum kit or voices is all synth on the album. Because like as in we
did
weren't
not
going to get like
real
a string
strings player.
quartet or something. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a violin and a cello in that as well.
Yep.
And yeah, I played those.
Yep. And then Yuri definitely did the piano part.
Yeah. Oh, Yuri's an amazing pianist, and he just there's a really nice little piano riff in there as well.
Yep.
And then the vocal harmonies in that. So a lot of the time, like we like obviously the vocal melodies there, and then we just kind of decide on the harmonies.
Yeah, Mike's very good at knowing how when a harmony will sound good.
Yeah,
because my idea of a harmony is like, oh, why don't we do this? Da 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 da, and he's like, that's just the same melody an octave higher.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know, like I'll just sort of find the few harmonies, because a lot of the harmonies on the album are like 4-part harmonies, like.
Yeah, well, Mike would just keep stacking them up. So when he was recording his harmony part with Yuri, he'd go, all right,
one more.
Now let me go higher, let me go higher. So a lot of Mike's ones are stacked on top of each other.
There's a lot of like hidden vocals on the album that sort of are implied. But yeah, and then there was one lyric, originally, because it goes, writing a wrong's not as easy as writing a song. I'm writing a wrong, here's my sorry song. And then for some reason we wanted to have... what was it? It was the wrong bit. The song bit was easy, but the wrong bit was hard. Like it didn't rhyme, so we didn't end up adding that.
That's right.
But other than that, I think that song, in terms of structure and lyrics, was pretty. Like it didn't really change very much. Other than that, like it was pretty like not one take, but it was like it didn't. We never had to re-record anything for it. It was just like we just got in and did that one.
And it was because we recorded it as one of the... Like, we'd already recorded by that time a Touch the String Instagram song, even some of
possibly
the other ones.
Pants Up. I think that was the third one we did, Pants Up.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, anything else you want to say about writing a song? Like, I think it has strong Tenacious D vibes in terms of, like, if you... like, not that we planned it, but I just think it does kind of sound like Jack Black kind of style vocals.
Yeah. What I want to have... What I want to have on the next album as well is what writing a song has, is like not so formulaic songs. Like I think it's good. Yeah,
chorus,
I think it's good sometimes, but like verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, and that's what I like about writing a song. Is like it's this weird little setup into a totally different second half, and it's only a 2-minute song.
And it works so well as an album opener, I think.
Yeah. Oh, this is what Mike kept saying all the time, because this song is meta, and it's about writing a song, and then the song finishes on like this E minor, like writing a song, and then Mike's like, yes, then it'll kick into the next song. It's like, it's actually a good song.
Yeah, the song is writing a song. It's so easy to write a good song. Like writing a good song is so easy. And then the next song is Attached to String, and that's a fucking banger song. And the meta of the album just shines in that moment.
And so the first time I think that we listened to writing a song as a track and then like let it skip onto the next song.
Oh, my guitar just fell. Sorry, continue.
You were like, yes.
Yeah. But I really think the track listing of the album, we've put a lot of thought into to make it flow really nicely and sound good as an album.
There's a theory behind where every song sits on the album. So that takes us to song number 2, which is Attached to String.
Which originated in the mind of you.
Yes. Now, I
don't even know like where you came, like how you came up with it.
Well, I had that riff. So I'd written that riff ages ago. That thing.
I'd think of it more as that's
better than what I did.
Yours was like weird, but anyway.
I had written that riff, and it's something I would just pick up and play when I had my guitar and was mucking around at home. And then when it was at that early stage when we were about to, for the first time, go in and see Yuri and start recording songs, that I thought I'll turn this into a song. I actually remember what my thoughts were for. I was going to have it as the last song. I pictured it as the last song on the album. You know how some albums always finish with like the acoustic slow ballad type track?
Yeah.
So when I started writing the puppet song or Attached to String, I thought, this could make a good album closer as this song. It's just a plain acoustic guitar and vocals on top. And I used that riff that I would already play. Yeah. I wrote the thing in G. It's in an E key on the album, but I wrote it in G, and brought it over here and sung it in G, but it's really tough for me to sing in that higher G spot. So I had to transpose it down for any music fans who care about the keys of the songs.
Do you want to play it in the original
sure.
key you had? It is a really nice riff, and it I've always said it really reminds me of the opening riff to the song Stay Together for the Kids by Blink-182. Would you see, like, obviously you like Blink. It's a very pop punk kind of riff.
Yeah, so that is like how does that No, I forget how that goes. How does it go? Sing it again.
All right, let's just do the puppet song in G.
So this is puppet song now.
Yeah. And we should clear up that at every point until pretty much a week before the album was finalized, this song was just called the puppet song. It was never called Attached to String. We were struggling to think of what to call it. We thought we were going to call it either just String, Attached to String, also This Whole Time, because it goes puppet this whole time. But then
that was so forgettable this whole time.
We just thought this whole time was so forgettable, yeah.
So this is actually how you play it now in that E is harder to play than in the G, because in the G you can just use the open string like. It actually sounds better in G.
No, I don't think so.
For acoustic, it does.
Yeah, so that would be like, go ahead. I had a lovely evening, I walked you to your car. So it's a much higher register.
You were leaning in and
we kiss. I never get this far. I hold you close the moment last I touch your skin.
So that's the highest note that I had trouble getting up to. I touched your skin. Just reading
the Adobe audition. So
that's when it comes down into the E. And then Mike, can I say about your guitar playing skills?
Yeah.
Mike can only play not every chord. Just
no, can't play F or B.
Main open chords. So it was a perfect song for you when it was in G.
Yeah.
G, E minor, into C. But then I had to move it because it was just too high for me.
But you can still play it in those chords, because with guitar, with all music, you can transpose it however you want to the chords that suit you, really. Do do do. I had a see, that's much more suitable for your register to mine, because I have a higher register than you. I think you've got a lower register.
I'm gonna come all the way up here.
But I think, in terms of this, where did the puppet idea come from? Did it just come to your head?
No, I just so for just working in radio,
yeah.
I've got a notes on my computer and laptop in a program called Bear is the note taker I use.
Yeah.
And I just keep a whole bunch of one-line ideas in there. And so I was flicking through that to get inspiration, and I literally think I had the line, a man goes on a date with a woman and then finds out she's a puppet.
Yeah, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then I think you came here and played it to me for the first time.
And you cried.
I didn't cry, but I thought it was really funny because I actually remember it starts sort of like a normal sounding song, and then you get to the bit where you were attached to string, and I was like, what? And then it goes, you were a puppet this whole time, and then I really found that really funny.
Yeah.
And then I think at this point you'd only gotten to the part, the last bit you had written was making your arms move, making your mouth chew, making you love me, making me love you, and then from there...
a couple of... Would it be cool to put a couple of early versions of it? I'd have to find it, so we'd have to pause. But I've got the early versions of how it sounded on here and where I got up to.
Yeah. Well, do you want to just should we find them and hold them up to the mic, and then you send them to me, and I'll just put the audio.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. So puppet.
This is really interesting. There's heaps of demos in here.
Yeah.
Send these all to me.
The alien song that I wrote that you said.
No, the alien song we're not talking about because it just puppet string break.
No, see,
puppet in E major.
Puppet in E is before Puppet Rough.
Yeah, go Puppet Rough.
So first I called an early version of the puppet song I called Callie, just gave the puppet a name.
Okay, yeah, play that for us. This is the 13th of December 2018.
Oh no,
This is a different
that
song.
That was a part 2 for the puppet song that I was just experimenting with. Let's try this.
Okay, here's a demo of the puppet song.
Slow.
Yeah. Wow. It's a completely different song.
Speed up, man.
So that's pretty... That's
when I don't have lyrics, I just sort of mumble.
That's kind of like the earliest edition.
More mumbling.
It's so interesting. Fuck, that's... I've never heard this.
Yeah.
You're a puppet the whole time. You're attached to strings.
Wow.
You were a puppet the whole time. I think back to the
Just a bit way too
Wow.
slow, hey?
Send me that audio
Yeah,
because
I
I'll
will.
cut it over
Yeah.
what we're listening to.
I just hope I don't say like fuck Mike at the end or something.
But like, that's super interesting. Don't airdrop it to me now.
'cause
Just do it
will
after. Yeah, because I'm filming it on my phone.
Yeah.
So that
Well, I've
was
got
like,
some other. As we go through them, I've got some for Ave Maria. I've got some
Yeah.
for the Instagram song.
yeah, and Doctor songs.
Oh, there's
there.
that called the Doctor.
All right, this is a rough draft.
From 27th of November 2018.
I called the doctor and I told him don't bother. Nothing can heal this pain.
Yeah, there you go.
He said I
Don't understand.
You're the one who called me. What is the reason you rang?
Alright, they don't need to hear the rest of this one.
This is catchy.
Right, comment below, sound off below. Should we do the Doctor song on the second album? There was a good break. Doesn't it end up going,
Yeah,
but the
there's a
doctor
buzz-
can't fix what he's got. There's no
Let's-
there's no recipe for a broken heart. A remedy for a broken heart.
Part 2, I think, is here. No,
Skip.
let's skip that.
Skip.
No, it's after this. Part 2.
And then you could do something like, and the doctor can't fix what
He's got.
There's no medicine for a broken heart. He walked up to the doc and said, stop. He put a finger on his lips and he whispered, Doc, you've done all that you can. But there's no procedure for this broken man.
It's actually pretty good.
Put away your stethoscope. There's no hope. And the doctor said, are you the guy who called on the phone?
I don't know. Well, I mean, it could be developed into something good.
It's kind of like Jesus of Suburbia by Green Day, which is like a rock opera song that goes for 9 minutes that just changes tempo completely at so many different points. I guess
Anything else about Attached to String?
yeah, heaps of stuff.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, but like we went through like a lot of different iterations because originally like it still was kind of a slower acoustic thing, and we had an electronic drum kit on it at first. Remember?
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
but we like you particularly didn't like the drums as they were, and we ended up getting this guy called Jerry who's like a really good drummer, and he just like drummed for 4 of the songs, I think 4
and
of the 8.
apparently the wrong way to do it because we recorded all the songs, then he went and drummed in reverse. Whereas
Yeah,
start
you
with
should do the drums
apparently.
first, apparently. But yeah, and then, well, the music video, I guess. Like, so the
Oh, yeah, of
single
course, of
launch,
course.
like, we ended up deciding that should be the first single, either that or the Instagram song. And then I was just going through a writer's block, kind of creative block, and you just started organizing the Attached to String.
Oh, yeah. I started doing it on the radio show I work on, Christian O'Connell Breakfast Show. I knew he wanted a puppet for the video clip, so I asked one morning if anybody has a female puppet that we can borrow.
Can we tell this story on this?
Oh, yeah. So
This is great.
that's where we knew the idea for the video clip was we wanted an actual puppet in it, and Mike and I had pictured that kind of Muppety puppet that's actually in the video.
Yeah, even though those Muppets aren't actually marionettes, which are the puppets that are
they're
attached
not actually
to strings.
technically attached to string, but no one's really commented on the fact that it's
I think
not really...
one person did. They
Did they?
messaged me and they were like, I mean, it's kind of funny, but the puppet doesn't actually make sense with the puppet you're using. So, and I was like, oh, well, we'll delete it then, man. Sorry.
Which is true. The puppet that's in the video clip is operated by hand through the bottom
It's
and
like
the sticks on its arm.
It's literally the kind of puppet on Sesame
Yeah.
Street or like, the Muppets. It's like the same as Elmo, basically.
But I said on the radio show, if you have a female puppet, I want to borrow it for a video. We had a few people call up, but only one caller who had a puppet in the Muppet style that we wanted. Her name was...
Don't say the name.
I'll make it up. Her name was Donna. So I called Donna after the show. We kept her details. I called Donna after the show and said, hey, I would really honestly be interested in your puppet. Could you send me a photo of it and maybe I can come pick it up and use it for the weekend? She sent me a photo of it. I said, Donna, this is great. Can I call you next week and we'll organise a time to pick it up? Then, to be fair, because we were slow at organising the video, it was a couple of weeks later that I got in touch with her. And then I rang her. I need a fake name for her daughter as well. What's a good fake name?
Jenny.
I rang Donna and said, hey, it's Jack from the Christian O'Connell Breakfast Show. Donna, can I come and pick up your puppet that you talked about on the show? We're going to film this weekend. And she said, yeah, okay, that's all right. It's just, it's not my puppet, it's my daughter's puppet. And do you think we should give her a little bit of pocket money for it? And I said, oh, okay. How much is a good price to hire a puppet? Oh, look, I don't know, Dal. Look, you talk to her. It's her puppet. She saved up her own money to get it. She said her daughter was 16, but she put her daughter then next on the phone, and she honestly sounded 8 years old.
She sounded like intern Mike from my podcast,
honestly,
who's a character on my podcast.
Donna said, "I'll put Jenny on now." Oh, hi Jenny, it's Jack. How are you? Yeah, good.
She sounds like her mum.
Yeah, good. Your mum says that maybe you want some money for me to borrow your puppet. Yeah. Is 30?
No, when you told me, it was more like she wasn't like she was like so confused by it. She was like, yeah. She's like, hey Jenny, how are you? Good.
That's
hey,
right.
Your mum said you want some money for the puppet. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's more like that. And is $30 a good amount to hire a puppet?
Yeah.
All right. Well, can you put your mum back on?
Okay. Yeah. And you can just imagine her handing the phone back to her mum, being like,
"What?
What the fuck is this?"
Anyway, then the next week, I said, Donna, can you text me your address and I'll come out and pick up the puppet?
Yeah.
And didn't hear from her. Then we needed
a very friendly and professional
call. I thought.
Yeah.
Mike and I start planning everything else for the video, like the actress who's going to be in it, the puppeteer who's going to...
No, we didn't plan the puppeteer.
Oh, yeah, you were going to be the original puppeteer.
I was going to be the
right.
puppeteer, and we had found the location, which was a cafe
right,
down
the
the
cafe.
road from us that we go to for lunch sometimes, and Jack went to school with the owner.
Yep. So...
Willsmere Station Q.
Everything else was getting planned in, and it was literally the day before that I thought, I still haven't heard from Donna about that puppet. I better ring her to go pick it up. So I ring her and it goes to straight to voicemail, doesn't even ring. And I ring all day and I think, well, she must be at a job where she has to turn off her phone at work because it just keeps going to voicemail. So after 5 o'clock, I tried, straight to voicemail until the next morning. I'm trying during the Christian O'Connell Breakfast Show. I'm in between the songs. I'm trying it because we want to film that night. Voicemail. I think, damn, she must be
not even
overseas.
ringing. It's not even ringing.
I thought she must be overseas and her phone's off, or she's lost her phone. So I said...
Both highly unlikely.
Yeah. So I said to Beck, the producer who works on Christian O'Connell, who first got me the number of Donna, and I said, can you just try her from one of the phones here and see if you can get onto her? And then we went into a talk break and then came out of it, and she said, yeah, talk to Donna. She's all good. I asked her about the puppet. I said you would give her a call back. I said, great. Oh, cool.
It must have just been some kind of misunderstanding.
Whatever happened.
Yeah.
So then I tried to call her again.
But like, this producer like spoke to this woman, and the woman said, yes, I will call. Like,
this
just
is how I
get him to
imagine a call would go. Hey, it's Beck from the radio show. Jack's just trying to get a hold of you to get the puppet. Oh, yes, that's fine.
Just tell him to call me and we'll sort it out.
Tell him to call me, we'll sort it out. That's all Beck knew. So she thinks it's fine. Then I tried to call her again, and it goes straight to voicemail. So she's blocked my number.
Because you then tried to call her from. Oh, well, you just continue the story.
I borrowed other people's phones who work for us and tried to call her, and then it was ringing, but she was just sending it to voicemail, but the rings were actually happening.
What did he do wrong to get his number blocked? We still don't know.
But if I call from my phone, then the number is blocked. So I texted. Oh, I gotta find it.
You have to find.
Oh no, but it wasn't me. I texted from somebody else.
You've got a screenshot of it.
Oh shit!
Well, I remember it verbatim. I remember the text. So Jack. So after all this time, Jack gets this text. Oh no, Jack doesn't get it.
I use somebody else's phone to text her and go, "Hey Donna, I'm so sorry. There must have been some miscommunication. It's Jack from the radio show. I really want to come pick up the puppet today. Happy to pay the money."
Yeah, as far as Jack knows, like she's completely on board with this, and there's no issues. Like she
said, "Oh, it's all cool. It's all cool."
And then
she wrote back, "If you remember it better than me, tell the response."
Jack sent that from another person's phone. Like, say it was Bianca, your wife's phone, for example. Then Bianca gets a text 5 minutes later, and it's like the most passive-aggressive text I've ever read. And it's just like, "Thank you for your interest in hiring our custom-made puppet. We have decided to pass on this opportunity. Here is the name of the person who made it for us. We hope this can assist you on your quest."
That's right, assist you on your quest.
But it was just
so
like,
clinical, as if I'd sent...
It was as if you... like the thing about it was she rang the radio station offering the puppet in the first place, and then she turned it into this big ordeal.
We had the negotiation on the phone. It was as if I'd sent an email that said, "Hi, I'm Jack. We've never met before, but I said, notice online you've got a puppet to hire.
Yeah.
Thank you for your interest in hiring our custom-made puppet. We will pass on the opportunity, but here are the details of the man who made it
but
to
it's
assist with your quest."
Yeah, it was like the reply was like implied that she never actually offered it in the first place, and Jack was just hounding everyone in Melbourne with a puppet.
Yeah.
It was just like the dumbest thing ever.
But it was a blessing in disguise, because then we found Michael Lanza, who is the guy who is an actual puppeteer who built the puppet for us
at Puppet Creation Lab.
Yeah, and who we should put his maybe we'll link to his
handle will be right here.
Oh yeah, or just in the the description.
Right here.
Okay.
Michael just created more work.
Michael is an actual puppeteer. He makes puppets, and he came down, and on set we realized how important it was to have a puppeteer who knew what he was doing. Whereas we just, honestly, I didn't even think about it, but I guess I either thought you would puppet it, or we'd just like put it in a chair, and then the shots of the puppet would just be the puppet.
But if you've seen the video, and we'll put some of the video here with specifically the puppet shots, like it makes the video because it's so animated and real, and and he just...
we offered to pay him, and he said no, he just wanted to do it for fun. He liked the idea of it, and he loved making puppets. He was a total legend. And
also shout out to Angus Strachan, who is my mate from uni, and it's interesting because he is the first person I did community radio with when I started community radio, cool. which led to me ending up working in radio. So it's just interesting, and he directed and shot the videos, and I don't know, I think we were both... I've worked with Angus before, but I was just surprised at how professional his setup was awesome. And the lighting, and the videos just look so good. So we were really grateful to him.
Honestly look better than what I imagine we could make on a small budget with small amount of time.
And the idea to play in the kitchen of because there's band shots of me Jack, and then Matt O'Gorman, who is the drummer from British India,
Yep.
playing in the kitchen of that cafe. And that was just because we thought it would look cool.
Yeah. And because we didn't have many locations and we'd already organised to use the restaurant there for the restaurant shot. And it didn't really make sense. I remember we had the conversation. I said, should we just be playing in the kitchen and we can have tea towels on and we look like we're wait staff? And you said, but how does that make sense? My argument was, well, it doesn't, but
it's a song about a puppet and a man getting married.
And just people in video clips, bands just do things and you don't really have to explain why.
Yeah, exactly. And then there was another shoot for that at your place where all the puppet, like all the scenes with the family puppet.
Yeah, and the young puppet.
Yeah, the baby puppet.
And the young puppet was made by a friend of mine. He already made it for another friend of ours. It was meant to be a version of my friend. And so when we had the puppet child, I was like, well, at least we got the puppet child already. We just need the female puppet.
So thanks to Michael Lanza for coming through with that.
But you puppeteered the kid puppet.
So that shot where the baby puppet comes and puts his human hands up, those are my hands. And that shot took so long to get.
And we were disappointed. We thought it would look cooler than what it did.
But people really liked that. People think that's super funny. But
just the way the t-shirt stretches on the baby puppet.
The shot that made it was the best one, and it's not even that good. And like,
but that was definitely in editing when we were looking at all the shots of like they were your hands coming up over the table.
Yeah.
We kept telling Angus, like, no, we need a better one. And he's like, well, we've looked at all 5 of them now.
Yeah. But, yeah, super fun shooting that. Anything else on Puppet? Like, was there a lyrics rewrite? No, that was Instagram song. But Puppet, we did lay down the lyrics, the vocals all again. Originally, it was the way... If you've heard the acoustic version on the Daily Talk Show we did, which is on Spotify as a bonus track... I harmonized the entire thing, which really suits the acoustic, but the original proper studio version had me harmonizing every line, but it was almost too thick.
Too much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we stripped down the harmonies to only the choruses where I come in and I'm like...
I waited till Mike went to the toilet and I said, Yuri, strip out all of Mike's harmonies. And then when he came back, I was like, the computer crashed but only lost your bits. Now we got to go home.
But yeah, there was also like... my bridge in that, which is, you're a puppet, I'm a boy. But
love that
we
bit.
really liked it's I don't care what they say because I love you. You're a puppet, I'm a boy, but together we are two, which actually makes no sense. Like, there's a lot of lyrics in the songs that don't actually make any sense.
But isn't it funny because the more like I've got that in my head now, it just makes so much perfect sense.
Together we are two. Literally,
it proves like you can really write anything.
It's literally a paradox because the whole meaning of together is that you're one.
Actually, it doesn't make any sense. But together we are one.
I remember saying to you, should we keep in the line together we are two? And you were like, yeah, because it's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, I guess, I think that's good.
Let's say about that the vibe of that bridge part, we were going for like a Panic at the Disco, like the strings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's is that you playing the strings on that? Or
that was Yuri under my
guidance.
Yeah, I said, give me this, give me this, give me this.
Yeah, so there's heavy like strings in that bridge section, which really up the dramatic nature of the whole thing. And the idea for the puppet mum to die at the end, we came up with that because we just thought like, how does this story
How does
end?
it finish? Yeah.
And I actually wondered at first, like, are people going to get this? Do people understand that the mum's controlling the puppet?
Yeah. Do people get that straight away?
Yeah, everyone's noticed it.
Okay.
I just thought, do people get it? And they clearly they do. I mean, we got it. So all right, should we go on to Insta?
Yeah, sure.
The next, obviously the second biggest song.
Third song on the album, and you always put a banger at number 3 on an album. Everybody knows that. Yeah.
What's the third song of American Idiot? It's is it Boulevard of Broken Dreams?
No, Holiday. Big song for them.
Oh yeah, that is a big song. Yeah. I'm sure there are third tracks that are not good.
No, there's not. There's not.
Oh yeah.
Any album.
What's the third track on Let It Be? It's not Let It Be.
Siri, what is the track listing for Let It Be?
I wonder what it is. Would Siri know that?
No, yeah, we
we're
know
aware
you
of that,
idiot. Okay,
Siri.
I'll look on Spotify.
What's it? Yeah. Let it be.
Let it be. No, that's Let It Go.
That's Let It Go. Let it go.
When I find myself in times of trouble.
Also, guys, feel free, if any questions spur from this chat you want to know more about, we can do more of these, like, bonus bits. So the third track on Let It Be is Across the Universe.
Yeah, people know Across the
Oh,
Universe.
the first track isn't even Let It Be.
Let It Be actually doesn't have a lot of famous Beatles songs on the album.
No.
Besides Let It Be.
Dig a Pony is pretty good. I Me Mine.
No, I didn't say. Yeah. Did I say they were bad songs?
All right, let's talk about the Instagram song. So this one has been noted by... We did the podcast with Jordan Michaelides, Uncommon, and he was saying that, like, this was, like, social satire, which I guess it is, but I don't know. Like, how would you... What are your thoughts on this song?
This is the song that's got closest to, like, trying to make a point.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say we were actively trying to say we're better than you because we like.
No,
I am. This song is about
Mike wrote
me.
this song, so
this song is about me, and like, for a long time in my life as a millennial, like I just found that social media had just completely taken over my entire teenage years, my entire like adulthood was like addicted to like getting likes and stuff. And I was just like, why the fuck do I care so much about this?
And Mike, when I first met you, honestly, you would go on Instagram all the time. You do less though.
Really?
But like I would, even when talking to you or just like flicking through it.
Really?
Yeah, you're always distracted, but you're getting better at that.
Oh,
I don't
sorry,
know if
man.
that's conscious or not.
Oh, Jesus. This is a weird forum to bring that up.
Sorry. I thought that's what you would just say.
No, but I like had to actually stop and like think like it got to a point in my life where I actually realized how deeply negative the effect of like things like Facebook and Instagram were on my life, and I was just like, you need to get... Sorry, Jackie, you just yawned. Are you bored?
No, I did not. I'm not bored.
Sorry, guys, Jack's just yawned. All right, we'll go next song then. No, and I just thought, yeah, like I think I've said this a few times, but I was in Japan. I ended up having to just like step away from like my life for a bit, just because I wanted to reassess where I was at. And I went on a holiday to Japan, to Tokyo, which is my favorite place ever. And then I was on the train, and it's such a busy country. There's so many people there. And I just came up with this song, Liked My Post. Because like, even like, yeah, I don't know. All of the lines were like so honest about things I'd seen on social media that just made me cringe a lot. And I feel like a lot of my Instagram presence now, and for like the last little while, has been satirical, trying to be satirical of what an Instagram post should be. But yeah. And then, yeah, so the song, like the thing about traveling through Europe, the first verse is I'm traveling through Europe for my friends to see, standing on the beach at Santorini, do a post on the gram with the caption, "Take me back."
Yeah.
And I just think every time I see someone do the caption, "Take me back," I just cringe so much because I'm like, only you can take you back. Who are you asking? Who are you? Why are you telling? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you want to go back, you can. You just need to work for a bit and save up. I just don't understand the logic behind that.
Yeah.
That caption.
So Mike pretty much wrote the whole song and texted it to me through WhatsApp.
But it was like a corrupt form of what it is now.
Yeah,
like it was
made
like
it better.
a beta form.
But I remember the pitch when before we had music for it. You did that like stilted kind of, like, would you call it a rap or like a talking?
It's like
rap?
spoken vocals.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's rap. It's actually quite melodic if you listen to it. Like, there's almost pitch to the vocals in the verses.
Yeah, but that's spoken type of voice.
Yeah.
And then that riff that we use for it is another riff that I'd already written and just something I used to play on my guitar.
Yeah.
And I said, try to see if this works.
No, you just played it and I was like, that's it.
Oh.
Because I texted you while I was in Japan.
Yeah.
And I remember when the line about the grandma came to me, and it was just like, grandma's just died.
That's a great part.
And I was just like, I think originally it was like, yeah, it was a bit different. It wasn't what it is now, but I think the lyrics we settled on was like, they rhyme so well, they flow so well.
Yeah.
It's just really smooth. But yeah, the from the start, the thing of liked my post was the thing, because like, you post on Instagram, you see it comes up like Joey liked your post, Tim liked your post, what's another name? Bob liked your post, like stuff like that.
Do you think because we wrote, this song was written last year.
Yeah.
And
now they've taken likes off.
Now they've taken likes off.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, the second verse references Gary Meehan from MasterChef, and then he got fired from MasterChef.
Yeah, we were like, oh shit, we can't
Nothing's
release
relevant
the songs.
in this song anymore.
Well, yeah, it's interesting because originally the lyrics to that were about the Logan twins from Big Brother.
Yeah.
Who were in Big Brother pre-Channel 9 Big Brother. It was like 2005 when the two Logan twins, Logan Greg and Logan David, went into the house, but they had to pretend they were just one person called Logan and they'd switch every day.
Yeah.
And eventually they got caught out and then they were in the house as Logan Greg and Logan David. And the verse where it is now MasterChef and Gary Meehan originally, I wonder if we must still have the mix of that. Yeah, we must still have it. But it was basically, I saw one of the Logan twins on the street and it was all the same. Instead of "You're the best, Gary Meehan," it was "You're the best Logan Gregg for celebrity guest." Obviously, the irony is they're not really celebrities and no one knows what the Logans are up to now, right? And in the studio mix that's out now, there's actually still at the end, it says Logan David liked my post, which is the remnants of that. Is this a
9th of
demo?
December 2018. Let's have a
Yeah,
listen.
let's see what this is. This is just a demo on phone.
Version of Instagram song.
Begin recording now. There's those oohs.
Wait, I've dropped my pick.
Okay. I'm traveling through Europe for my friends to see. I'm standing on the beach at Santorini. So that's all the same. Post on the gram with the caption "Take me back," enticing all my followers to do a double tap. 200 likes, yeah, it's going strong. When I need validation, I turn Insta on. My best friend liked my post. My ex-girlfriend, she liked my post. High school bully liked my post. It's very different, like it's... I really streamlined the vocals, I feel. So this will be the Logan's bit. Oh, I forgot all about that.
Me too.
So I guess it was Reese Maston because I worked with Luke and Lewis and their thing was Reese Maston.
And that's why we changed it.
That's why we changed it because we didn't want to do do a joke that was their joke. But I think I just put it there because I was like, who's like a celebrity?
Yeah.
But here's another demo.
Let's see if this is now December 13. I wonder if we've changed it yet.
Yeah, I completely forgot that it was originally Reese Maston. This is more what it ended up being in terms of that chorus.
So how do you transition it to the bridge?
Oh, hang on. Is that the bridge? Dun, dun, dun.
I'm traveling through Europe for my friends to see.
Just fast forward. Yeah.
I saw one of the Logans on the
Yeah,
street.
that's it.
A photo for my Instagram would be sweet. I asked for a selfie and he says yes. You're the best, Logan Greg, with a celebrity guest.
Yeah, I mean, realistically,
It's wordy, isn't it? Like you really did streamline that.
it could have been anyone really.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we just thought, you know what? I just think like something like MasterChef is just so much more relevant now than the Logan twins from Big Brother. You know, that's a 15-year-old meme. But yeah, I completely forgot that it was Reese Maston. That's crazy. And then we realized we needed a bridge in there, which is where we came up with that airport.
That was
thing.
Yuri who said that because our first three songs we showed to him. He's like, great, except you guys just needed right and middle eight. I think is what he called
it's
it.
just all verse, chorus, verse, chorus. So then he's like, you need to actually write bridges to the songs. So then we came up with that. And then, yeah, it was just like a fade out kind of thing for the rest of the song and putting in as much random names in there as possible. But I remember like at my birthday party last year, which was December 12th, I was showing the demo. That was the first demo we had.
I remember that.
I was playing the demo to people.
We recorded that day, didn't we?
Yeah, we recorded that morning. And yeah, that was the first one that was finished, but then we had to come back to it. And also, I remember like the Grandma's Ghost thing we had to re-record because it sounded like I was saying Grandma Goat instead of Grandma Ghost. So we had to. So Yuri got really confused for a while because he was like, "Oh, it sounds like you're saying Grandma Goat." And I was like, "Oh no," but yeah, like. Yeah, that came out really well in the end.
Yeah.
The music video, the main thing for that was filming the coffin stuff. That was probably the trickiest in terms of logistics because
Mike did email a bunch of funeral homes, but they were not interested in having us film that.
I probably emailed 10 funeral places or like funeral services places just saying, "Hey, can you set up an empty coffin and we just film there for a few hours?" And only one replied saying, "Hey, look, we don't really do that because we just think it's disrespectful to our clients," which is completely fair. So then we ended up having to get a coffin from this prop store kind of place that does props for TV and film. And we got the coffin. And then, yeah, I even made fake programs for the service for the grandma. So people were holding them in the thing. But yeah, that was really fun. And then we had all the extras come down to Coburg Velodrome.
We did through friends and friends of friends and a call out through Instagram.
Yeah, ironically, through Instagram. And my friend, one of the best parts of the video is my friend Dan, who plays the next door neighbor character.
Yeah.
And he brought a lawnmower and he's just mowing the lawn throughout the whole thing. And also... Luke, there was originally supposed to be a joke because Luke Kidgell's in the video, obviously, and he is in the funeral scene as the Cousin Bill character, but he was away when we did the actual scene that had Cousin Bill, and he couldn't end up doing that. So there's actually 2 Cousin Bills in the music video.
Sorry, my wife is locked out of our house.
Oh, no.
I've got the key.
Should we do a pause?
Can we pause? Is that right?
Pause.
Test. Hello. Yeah. Sorry for the interruption. My wife is safely inside the house.
And we're back and we're going to smash through the last few songs for you. So Ave Maria is track 4 on the album.
Is my wife's favourite song.
And it's a lot of people's favourite song because I think it's super catchy. And I was actually really adverse to this song. You convinced me to do it. Remember? Because I didn't want to sing the all of the soprano-based Ave Maria like singing is me.
You used to show off with that, like
I never
if we were
showed
driving. That's how I remember it happening. Is you were in the passenger seat of the car.
Just go Ave Maria, because I'm a trained singer.
And then I thought
Luke and Lewis made me do it on the radio once. It was humiliating.
Then I thought, wouldn't it be cool? Actually, the idea I had was it to be like a hip hop type song, like drums to come in and be like somebody rapping about Ave Maria.
You ain't never met a girl like Ave Maria. Picture the prettiest girl ever. That kind of vibe.
Yeah. And then, so I wrote that little part, you ain't never met a girl like Ave Maria. And then, Mike, you came up with the idea for the verses that and the story that it tells of her.
Did you come up with ba da 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 ba da?
Yeah.
Ba da, and then I think I came up with Ave Maria. I was just sitting there, I'm like, Ave Maria, La Bella de Mia, which I've told this already, but literally translates to the beautiful girl of me or the beautiful girl of mine, which is not, no one would ever say it. Like, that's not an Italian phrase.
But it sounds Italian.
It is Italian words, but it's like, you know, it's just, you wouldn't say it. And but it just rhymes so well. Ave Maria, Lella de Mia, you're making me freer. And I just think, that's the
when we were
part.
recording that, we were so pumped about it. We thought that would be the single again. Every song we started recording, we were like, this is the best
This
song.
is the best one, yeah. And yeah, so yeah, then I came up with this idea, what if it's this guy who's, you know, still in love with this girl he met at high school, and he's trying to rekindle the love, and it just became more and more convoluted in that sense.
And why she hated him so much, I can't remember consciously making a decision about that, but the lyrics just led themselves to it as we kept recording it. And then when we would rehearse it, I've definitely got some of that still.
Oh yeah,
Mike would do all these great riffing over the end part.
Yeah. Can I just say one thing before that?
Sure.
There's both in this song and the Instagram song, they're two stylistically kind of similar songs. There's like crowd vocals in which, in this one, it's the bit where it's like, Ave Maria. They're crowd vocals where they're all just... It sounds like it's a crowd of people singing it and clapping together. And in the Instagram song, it's like, ba, 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 da, ba, 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 da. But that's actually just layers and layers of me and Jack, right? But the funniest part about it was, because we had to do it like 20 times each, every single time we did another layer, we'd do it in a character.
Yeah, we would tell the other person what kind of character
like,
they're going to be.
I'm like a 14-year-old girl in the Australian Girls Choir, and then I'd be like, Ave Maria. And then we started creating characters that couldn't sing. We just committed to like, I'm like a dopey 17-year-old footy player who's found himself at the pub where they're playing this song, and he's singing it. And then I'd just go and be like, Ave Maria. And then it was when we layered them all together, you could hear all of the out of tune ones, and it sounded sounded like satanic.
And it was so hard to find them. So Yuri had them all like
40
tracked
tracks
up, all of us being the different people, and we just spent so long trying to find the person who sang out of tune.
Yeah,
and we were deleting some, and then he's like, no, he's still in there somewhere. And delete another one, he's still in there.
And it was just like, we don't know, like, why did we decide, some of the people in the crowd are bad singers?
It's authentic.
But like, it was so obvious, like, it just completely ruined the song. So then we had to like redo them really well as well. But like, that happened in the Instagram song as well.
Hey, we just sold a CD.
Hey, there we go. ReleaseTheSounds.com.
All
So
right,
is this
is
a demo?
28th of Jan 2019. I think this is just the end part of the song.
Oh, cool. It's slow. It's probably twice as fast now.
Well, we didn't use this. All right,
No,
well,
this seems like the earliest rendition of the song.
but you are in the background there, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm there. I wanted that extra harmony line. The da-da-da-da-da-da. I think this was before La Bella. That was before La Bella de Mia.
All right, this is.
Can I just say? I think when we got La Bella de Mia, we knew it had to go ahead.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, this is like a rendition of what it sort of became.
And then Mike would just freestyle. Must be here.
Yeah, it'll be here. Yeah. So, and those in the mix, the original mix, this was the last change we made. In the original mix, it was just like, those were really soft. The Ave, but then we boosted them so they were like pretty much the focal point. But one of my main things I wanted with this song, I think you might remember, I always thought at the end it has to be all of the pieces layered together, and the bit where it's like Ave Maria, like that's all in the background.
Yeah,
like, and
yes.
it's almost like like all these different parts of the song that you've heard are now coming together at the end, which I really liked that.
And we never got to do your idea. You really wanted it to like break apart and slowly pull parts out as well until there's just, one
We kind of did it because it kind of ends that way a little bit.
Yeah, with that guitar lick on its own.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Ave Maria, I think. And also in those like vocal choir bits I do at the end, one of the lines I say is un padre, un figlio,
I loved that.
un spiritu make me feel so, which literally means in the like the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit and then makes me feel so like we're not sure if this song's like a religious tribute to Mary, because Ave Maria is like Holy Mary, the mother of Jesus, but anyway.
But you did a lot of like Catholic school.
Yeah, I went to a Catholic school, so I kind of am familiar with all that stuff.
Yep.
Broken Guitar, track 5.
We recorded this. This whole song is actually just recorded in the studios at where we record the Hamish and Andy podcast. We thought it was just a demo, and then we end up using it as the real thing. You really wanted to re-record it, but I just thought you were so funny in it the first time around. I didn't want to try and recreate it.
I think the part you loved was when I was just like a boom, boom, bang, bang, spang guitar.
Yeah, and all of that was just we pretty much made up on the spot.
Happened
and
on the spot.
I just didn't really want to record it again, even though the vocals, like the tone and the pitch isn't perfect all the way through. I just thought it was so funny. I didn't want to try to recreate it.
And I think you literally just dropped the guitar, and I just started going, "You broke the guitar, now we can't do the band." And then we like did it a few times, and then it turned into what it is. And then Yuri just like mastered it by like leveling it a bit. Well, there was nothing to level really, because it was all just one track.
Yeah.
But
no,
yeah,
it was not pre-written or premeditated.
In some ways, we saw that as like the interlude for the album, because it's more of a sketch than a song. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, but this is how the track listing is so clever.
Yeah.
So we broke the guitar on track 5, and then we go into Pants Up track 6, which is a more electronic song
and hip hop kind of style song. It's
because
so
the guitar's broken.
Onto Pants Up, which is
again another song that at the time we wrote it, we were like, this is the best song on the album.
And like this song has a really interesting story, because you that melody in the chorus, which is
yep.
You literally came to me with that, and you were like, "Oh, it has to be something like."
I'd already made the song pretty much as it was.
Yeah, like the instrumental. Yeah, and then you were like, "Oh, I want it to be like, I should have known better."
Yeah.
Right? That you always had that.
Yeah,
and
but
then,
I didn't know what else it said in there.
And you were like rapping it. You were like, "Oh, it should sound like this," and there were no words, but you were like, right?
Yeah.
And then you did like then you don't like this story.
No, I like it.
I had a dream one night where Jack wrote a song that was called Pants Up. And I was like, and I went to Jack and I'm like, "Hey, I had this dream where you wrote a song called Pants Up and you were singing it to me." And then Jack showed me the do. I should have known better. And then I just went, "Pants Up." And then it literally like went from there.
True.
Like that's literally what happened.
True.
And then we just thought, okay, it's a song about having to pull your pants up when you forget a belt. And then you wrote the 2 verses.
Yeah.
And then I went home and wrote the
super fast verse.
The rap, which was supposed to be reminiscent of Eminem's rap in the song Smack That by Akon, where he kind of comes in and he's just like, "Yeah, it looks like another one playing on this thing on get a little flip with this Akon shit." And like yeah, so I just wrote that and I sung it to you, and you were like, "Oh, that's awesome."
I was blown away by it. And even the original one, like all the songs seem to be, we made it faster by the time we got into the studio.
Yeah.
And I was surprised that you could still do it, but you can.
And then we added in the studio, we added in the bits where it's like, I should have known better. And then I'm like, "I should have known."
Yeah.
And then it ends up with this like punk kind of outro, like back to roots.
Which I loved, because I sort of missed that the song was like just all a little bit electronic.
Yeah. Pants up, pants up. Yeah, I really like that. Pants Up's awesome. I think it's...
we talked about doing a video clip to it, and we were going to, rehearse some synchronized dancing where we were like pulling our pants down and back up again, but we just thought better of it.
But also, one of the things people seem to really like is that all the songs stylistically are different, and like I think Pants Up is the best representation of that. 7, Don't Put Me on Hold.
Love this. I love the chorus of this song, especially because this is like the fastest song on the album.
Hold, don't put me on. Someone said it reminds them of the song Let Yourself Go by Green Day, which is on the album Uno. And it's like, let yourself go, let yourself go, let yourself go. But it, like that, I mean, we weren't thinking of that when we did it.
But this was all your idea. The idea for a song was all your idea.
Yeah. So And I'm really surprised that a lot of people have messaged me being like, dude, that's my favorite song on the album. Don't put me on hold.
Really?
I don't know why, because for whatever reason, when I was listening back to them, I would just skip this one.
I find it the hardest song to listen if you're listening to the album lots.
Again, if it's more of a sketch kind of, like I just thought it would be funny to do a song that was two people talking on the phone. Like, I think that was the idea behind it. And, you know, I just came up with, what if, like, I don't know. I don't even know why it was a vegan thing, but the song was demo titled Vegan Song because of the conversation that unfolds. And I just think, I don't even know. Like, I just thought, but why is there a song about people on the phone? And then I just thought, okay, they're on. He's getting put on hold every time he calls them, and it's annoying him.
Yeah.
And then this one took a while to write because we had to keep streamlining the actual, like,
the back and forth conversation.
Yeah,
it's too
and
long.
making it fit with the rhythm and the melody of the song as
I
well.
wonder, and this is the first time
I saw a demo of it in there.
Yeah.
It was with all the other ones, like January-ish.
Don't
Yeah, there we
put me
go.
on.
Let's see how this sounds. Like, just play a bit of it. Yeah, this song didn't change much instrumentally.
I just made that riff a bit cooler.
Hey, you there? Yeah. Okay, so I've just spoken to my manager, and no, we actually don't have anything on the menu that's remote.
I'll skip forward a bit.
Yeah, so it was always vegan.
What I'm looking for. Where was that? Do you know where that is? Yeah, I've got the number written down. Let me just go get it to you. Can I put you on hold?
No, don't put me on hold. Don't put me on. Don't put me on. Don't put me on hold. Don't put me on. Don't put me on hold. 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 Give me a line.
The songs got way better, all of them.
It's interesting because you know what I love about this song is that second verse where I'm talking to you and he's like, "Nah, I don't know anywhere vegan. Like I just moved here. I've only really been to one place, a vegan place." And then I'm just like, "No, that's literally
exactly
what I want." And then the British accent you do at the third verse, but you can actually hear at the end me and Jack laughing because Jack just improv that line where he's like, "What's it mean when it's just one
going
one line going beep?" And then we just cracked up and we decided just to keep it in for like a bit of jovial fun. But the other thing about that song was I wanted to add in, hey, remember? And you hated it.
Yeah.
You're
So like ding ding diggy ding 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 diggy ding 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 diggy ding ding diggy
Hey,
ding ding.
just in the background. And I started recording it and Yuri and Jack just looked at me like, what the fuck is this? I was like, all right, fine, we won't do it. I think it would have been better.
No, it's
Sound
worth
off below.
trying.
Ghost in My Room. This one, can I say, I loved the creative development of this one.
Yeah, it changed a lot, didn't it? So like we talked about earlier, it's a song I've written for the comedy show.
Did you perform it at that?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But it was just straight acoustic, and it came a long way, this song, from its acoustic start, and we kind of didn't plan it that way. I think we recorded it all acoustic, and then we just were not loving it.
And like the thunderstorms at the start,
That's right,
like
yeah.
it's again like the album's kind of theatrical in a way. Like there's more than just the music.
Yeah, and that's you doing that ghosty.
Yeah, the really
harmonies.
processed.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's me doing that, and
Yeah.
then with a ton of reverb and effects on it.
Yeah.
And then you came up with the because sure you can,
yeah.
which I kind of like to think is like the echo of the ghost. Like I like to
that's
think that's
nice.
the ghost,
Yeah.
like mocking the guy.
Yep.
And then the hardest part of this was the tempo change from "You're stuck in my room."
Yeah.
And remember, we had to work for like almost an hour trying to get that right.
Yeah. No, what did we do? We stuffed it up. I know what we did. We recorded the front half and the back half as two separate things,
and then
we tried to
spliced
glue
them
them together,
together.
and it just didn't sound good.
But there is my favorite part about that song are the harmonies and the like the vocals. I think there's so much going on vocally in it. Like
Yeah.
it's almost like a barbershop. I think originally we wanted to have do wah wap wap.
Yeah, we almost put that in.
But it ended up just being the ghost. Ooh.
Yeah.
which you can hear in there as
Yeah.
well, which is awesome.
Yeah, especially that second half of that song. I love the harmonies that you do on it. My favorite one is
And whereas I can come and go.
no, even earlier than that.
Ah.
Man, you gotta watch me.
don't
You have to see everything I do.
the perverted shit I
Yeah.
do. But what do
you do? That's my favorite. But what do you do?
Yeah, it's really barbershop. There's I think 3 harmonies on top of Jack's melody, and then there's also the oohs underneath, which are another like melody with harmonies.
Yep.
And then the guitar's rocking ours in that
Yep.
section as well.
And that's another song that Jerry, the drummer, put the drums back in after we'd recorded everything else of the song.
Yeah.
Very, very tricky to do.
That's it. I'm really proud of what we've done, man. The songs are
the
awesome.
album is awesome. I love listening to it.
And we've started ideas for album 2. Well,
we
we've
say anything?
well, let's just say your sister is involved.
No, we're changing that.
Okay, she's not involved. You guys will find out. But yeah, like we want to keep doing songs, and like whether it's like we want to do maybe another music video for this album, but obviously like that's all expensive. Like we pay Angus and we pay people who work on it for us, and like we want to pay them because they do such a good job for us. So I guess that's why that's why every time you buy a CD, it just gives us a chance to put that money back into making more stuff.
Yeah, we don't make much off the CDs and merch. We really don't have much, profit on top of that. But everything does go back into the band. So thank you to everybody who's been supporting us by buying T-shirts or CDs.
Yeah, remember to use the code Radio Mike. You get a 10% discount, which is I think that's cool. And yeah, anything else?
No.
So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want, I'd love, because this is on my podcast feed. I'm Mike, obviously. This is Jack. If you want more bonus content for the podcast that's not the traditional podcast structure of my podcast, let me know, because I'd love to start putting out some more stuff like this, or anything else you'd want me to do. Really appreciate everyone who's streamed the album, bought it, as we've already said, and we're really proud of this music, and I'm glad everyone's really liking it. Any questions, let us know. We'd love to let you know as much about the band as we can tell you. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. This is Jack Post.
Thanks, Mike.
My name is Radio Mike, and this has been The Inside of My Mind.
And mine.
Catch you later.